Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is January 13th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I just want to talk a few little things about some basic eBay news. I want to tell you a little situation I had. And before I get started, I just want to share some information with you. I just got this new magazine, and it's called The Independent Retailer. And I'm not going to read, excuse me, I'm not going to read a lot of things. There's just a couple. There's like a little thing I want to go over with you guys really quick for those who are sellers on eBay or an e-commerce platform. Excuse me, folks. It's been cold and brutal out here. I'm on the east coast of New York. I don't know where you guys are. Hopefully you're in someplace nice and warm and sunny. But over here it's been, we had sunny weather, but it is cold, and the air is dry, and the heat and stuff like that. And it's, I've been drinking a lot of water. Excuse me. Okay, so anyway, again, this is from the Independent Retailer. So this is not me making this information up. So I just want to share it with you guys. It goes on to say lately, it says lately major e-commerce brands such as Allbirds, okay, I never heard that one. Allbirds, Away, Casper, Glossier, and many others have all opened up notable flagship stores. Plus, Amazon has solely cemented their physical footprint with with bookstores, Go stores, and most recently their 4-star stores. So, as an independent online seller, you should also have a physical presence on, physical presence. Our recommendations, yes. Independent retailer is not suggesting you up a flagship store on Fifth Avenue. However, there are many advantages to selling in person in addition to your online sales. It helps humanize your brand, allows customers to test your products before purchasing, and exposes your brand to a wider audience. Here's how to create a physical presence as an independent online brand. Sell at markets. Okay, start small, selling via booth at local events. Many towns will start hosting fairs at farmers markets in the spring, which is a perfect opportunity to expose your brand to a lot of foot traffic and get instant feedback from the potential customers. Also, be on the lookout for holiday and themed events happening in your area, as well as the craft fairs, town-sponsored events. Joining your local chamber of commerce is a great way to be in the know on different vending opportunities. Host a pop-up. After experiencing different markets and events, as a vendor, take a stab at hosting. Hosing. No, I'm sorry, not hosting. It's look like hosting. Take a stab at hosing your own shopping event. It should have said hosting. It says hosing. Okay, all right, a little typo there. Hosing your own shopping events and with other retailers. This is a great opportunity to forge connections with local businesses and expose your brand. So even more consumer pop-ups tend to receive a lot of attention on Instagram, which is a great for an e-commerce brand, as you likely already have a solid social media presence linked to. And then the other one is the last one. I'm not going to read. I know there's more to go on, but I'm just going to read this part here because I don't want to keep this too long. Sell to other retailers. This strategy is particularly effective if the manufacturer your own products, if you create your own products or have some kind of a private label or unique branding, but selling your products to wholesale to other local retailers is a great way to bring in additional revenue and establish a permanent physical presence without having, I guess I'd have to jump to the next page. Sorry guys, I just want to read that last part of it. To your own store. And it says, plus you can spread out your own products to multiple retailers. And then they got another one here. Last one is store within a store. I'm not going to get into that. Did too much reading that there, but I just want to share give you a little brief information about that there. And that topic was, does your digital brand need a physical presence? So that's the two they tell you about. The highlighted ones are sell at markets, host a pop-up, and sell to other retailers. Okay, now with that in mind, if you're probably wondering what I'm looking down here, sometimes people probably wonder what I'm looking at. I have a notebook over here, and I keep little notations in there, and just keeps my mind going because sometimes I got so many different things I'm talking about or want to tell you guys and share with you, and I have to write little notations down. Well, here's the thing. For the new year, actually it was today, I received the negative feedback on my eBay listings there. eBay business, if you want to call it that. the way it has been going lately. I don't know if you want to call it a business or just a hobby, whatever. But anyway, yeah. What happened was I sold an electronic item to a buyer, and it didn't turn out to be what the buyer expected. And the person left me a negative feedback. So yesterday I had 100% feedback, and a lot of people probably say don't make a big deal of feedbacks. It's no big deal. It ain't. Well, to me it bothers me because, like I said, I think as among other sellers out there, I have an impeccable record on eBay. Been selling on and off, of course, since 1999. I've been in eBay doing eBay for 20 years now, and I try to keep keep it up on up and up. I always work with my buyers. And anytime there's something that needs to be addressed, I will get to that person, whoever it may be, whether it be a buyer, seller, an inquirer, whatever, and do my due diligence to get back to them as soon as I can. Occasionally things happen, but this year, I just wanted to say one thing in regards to this here with this negative. By the way, I had it removed today as well. Okay, no, I don't have any special hookups or anything of that nature. I just did what the eBay teammate said, and I found out one thing, that folks, if you use diplomacy and you are not nasty, if you do talk to a buyer, you can get results. What had happened was the buyer who made the purchase of this item stated that it wasn't expected, wasn't as expected. So they, rather than contacting me, and if you look at a lot of my listings, I always have, please don't leave any negative feedbacks unless you contact me first. So I guess we're all spontaneous. We all do things at the spur of the moment. I mean, I've seen it happen myself. I could say, I'm going to go to one of my local thrift stores, and I end up in an antique shop store, whatever. So, we do things spontaneous. Everything's not set in stone all the time. And it's the same thing with selling and buying and stuff, and you got to make allotments for that there. People do things spontaneous, they act on impulse, I see it, boom, I don't want to get, and some people may not read the whole thing. I remember listening to eBay Radio about this situation about Griff was talking about being descriptive and stuff like that. Don't put too much, don't make it too wordy in your description, because buyers don't read the whole the whole description. And in some cases, he's right. But then again, in the same keynote, going fast forward, there was times that he said you shouldn't write that much stuff in there because buyers don't read it, whatever. So it's like that old saying: damned if you do, and damned if you don't. If you don't put it in there, enough wording in there, you'll probably get dinged for that there, because let's say it's not as described. And if you put too much in there, something may have been overlooked or whatever, or they just don't read it outright. I did a video like that there a while back. I don't know where it is, but it's in the midst of all those videos about buyers not reading the descriptions. And I had a couple of returns because of it. I had one person there purchased something. I forget what it was. I don't know if it was an electronic thing or whatever. And they said, I want to send it back. And they said something didn't work or whatever. And I think I'm not sure if it was being sold for parts not working. I don't remember exactly, but you're talking a couple of years back. And I remember, messaging the buyer, and I said, well, this is, I said it was listed in the description if you read it. And the buyer responded back to me, oh no, to be honest with you, I didn't read the description. So, because your mishap and your spontaneous ways, you made the purchase, and then you want to send it back and say it's defective and not as described. I get the ding for it. In some cases, it stays up on your within your selling platform, whatever. And and I thought that was kind of like not right, And I didn't get upset with it. I thought with the buyer, I just said, if you read it in there in the description, you would have noted that it was there in black and white. I mean, how could you say it was there? I've written in the description. Sometimes I highlight them in red so they will catch the buyer's attention. But in some cases, the buyers don't read the full descriptions. I read everything verbatim. If I'm going to buy something from somebody, I will read everything verbatim. I'm going to read it from top to bottom. I want to see what their policies are. I encourage people to do the same for me. Check my feedbacks out. see what other people have to say about my service. If you don't feel comfortable with it, or if I have too many negatives, or if I have too many, neutrals, whatever, that's up to you. I mean, although still, even though you have that though, people will still buy from you, because I've seen it happen. I checked out people with a lot of high negative feedbacks, and they're still making sales. So it doesn't really make a difference one way or the other, the feedback system. But some people may not care about it, but I do. Little things like that bother me, and because I do my best to make sure that people, like, if you buy something from me, it gets to you in one piece and not in pieces, as I always say. And but anyway, so what I did was I called up eBay, and I called up this morning, and I said, listen, I go, I got a negative feedback, and the buyer didn't give me a chance to respond. So is there a way to have it removed? And eBay said, well, I'll check it out. I'll talk to somebody in that department, that area that deals with that, and we'll see what we'll see what happens. We'll transfer you over. They transfer me over, and then, long story short, I talked to the person. They said, there's nothing we could do about that. We can't remove it. The only way that could be done is if you contact the buyer and see if the buyer is willing to, remove the negative feedback. So that's what I did. I wrote very nice. I said, I'm so sorry that it didn't work out for you. I said, but if you read my description, I said I offer a 30-day free return, money back, free returns. And, I really wish you could have checked it out before leaving negative feedback. And then I said in that same description, same body, I said, I will refund you your full amount plus the shipping, of course. And I said, if you could kindly do me a favor, please remove the negative feedback. And the person got back to me within maybe, 15, 20 minutes later. And they said, oh, I'm sorry, that's no problem. I guess it was spontaneous. I guess maybe the person, I don't know. But the way the person said, like, oh, my bad, in other words, I guess, like, I shouldn't have left that there. If anything, I should have just let it be, contact you first. And that's what the person said. The buyer said, they notified eBay, and they said, I left the negative feedback for the seller. I'd like to have it removed. I don't know, I forget the rest of the part, but he had he left a little paragraph there. But he said, I'm very happy though, and I thanked them, and I apologized that it didn't work out, and I also told the buyer, if you want to send it back for full refund, I said, you're gonna have to do it on your end. I said, I can't do it on mine. So I didn't hear anything yet. I don't know if the person changed their mind, but if you're not satisfied, send it back. It's right there, folks. It's right in the description. So anyway, I had a negative for the new year, and thank God it was removed within the new year. And I hope I don't get any, but then again, people say it probably won't be your first, and it probably won't be your last. It all depends. It depends on the buyer, who's buying from you, and if they read your descriptions. Like I said again, I put that out there. I say, please, before leaving negative feedbacks, please contact me first. I always work with the buyers, which I do. So anyway, that had a happy ending. Anyway, I just want to go over a couple little sites there, and I'll let you bump out of here. Okay, here we are at the first one. I only have two windows open up, and I'm just going to go keep this brief because it is getting late. It's going on 11 o'clock over here. I'm in the East Coast, 11 p.m. that is, for those who are in different parts of the country here or the world. I'm just going to read everything. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I will just give you the URL, and it's up to you if you want to pick up where I left off. The first one is from E-Commerce Bytes Online. This came out January 12th, 2019. And it goes on to say here, the title is E-Commerce Bytes Online Selling Trends 2019, Back to Basics. It says, what can you expect of your e-commerce business in 2019? The response from this year's participants, E-Commerce Bytes Online Selling Trends feature indicate that this will be a year for dealing with basics. It goes on here with saying it was not long ago that the terms like mobile, social, and local would have dominated any discussion of e-commerce trends, a lot to handle for the small business. But now the potential of those much ballyhooed trends have been realized with the mobile shopping and social sharing ingrained in culture and provided automatically with the tools and platforms for small seller use. Oh boy, it's getting late and getting tired over here. I'm sorry, I should have done this yesterday, but I want to get this out tonight. It goes on to say here, this year, more traditional retail issues were identified as being pressing, from sales tax to shipping, from product sourcing to platform strategy. Some impacted as much as by political, economic issues as by technology. Nowhere is that more apparent than the issue on the online sales taxes in the U.S. Yes, that's going to be really fun. I'll read the rest of this here, but I'm not going to read the rest of it. I'm just going to read a little more about it, and the rest you can pick up on. It says 8 experts and representatives of e-commerce service providers participated in this year's feature. In addition to identifying trends, this year experts also offer some advice for sellers, such as B-Stock solution tips for sellers wishing to take advantage of reselling opportunities presented by the increased returns combined with the high demand for used goods. For example, making an open box item as new as a no-no since, it can lead to account suspension on marketplaces like Amazon and eBay, advised B-Stock's Jen Wenmerker. Small business and tax expert and the author Barbara Weltman highlights the need for even small sellers to stay vigilant on sales tax exemption thresholds as they differ among states. And the Shipping Easy's Chris Vaughn explains the forthcoming changes to U.S. Postal Service rate structure with the examples on how they will impact the seller's cost. And it goes on a little more here. I guess we could finish this up here. Why not? They have maybe click more. That's for something else here. It goes on to say we're kicking off this year with selling trends features with a look at the importance of diversification from seller, designer, author, and blogger Abby Glassenberg, who calls to the artisan and sellers to diversify, to expand beyond marketplaces, will be sure to resonate with old readers. Click through to take a look at the following e-commerce trends identified by 8 participants and what they are meaning in online sellers. And sorry about the grandfather clock going on, folks. It's 11 p.m. over here. Do you know where your children are? You remember those commercials? All right, anyway. Yeah, so then it goes on, and then here's the topic they're talking about: diversification, expansion beyond marketplaces, new sales tax obligations, an increase in returns combined with high demand and for used goods, major change in U.S. postal rate. Well, you can see it right there, folks. I don't have to read the whole thing. That's basically I want to touch base on this here. If you get a chance, you can check the e-commerce EKG. I don't think I gave you the URL for this here, folks. For those who want to know, I do not read everything verbatim, but this particular one, because I only have one page, you can go to this site here if you'd like to read more about this here or learn more about e-commerce bites. It's www.ecommercebites.com. And the last one I want to jump to is Frugal for Less. For those who know me or you are new, I consider myself the frugal entrepreneur. I like to save money whenever I can. And when I do, I like to share the information with you guys. So that's why I always ask for you to please subscribe, like, comment, and share, and hit that bell notification button if you want to be updated to when I put out new videos. This site here is pretty good. I like it. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's Frugal for Less. And let me give you the URL while I'm on the topic. It's www.frugalforless.com. You can check it out. It says here, never pay 100%. They got categories: make money, save money, apps and websites, frugal travel, psychology of money, best survey sites, start a blog, contact us about, and they also have free email updates, and you could also get a free copy of their book, 101 Free Money Making Apps, and you can just click your email, send your email address, and just shoot it off. The title over here, this came out today, January 13, 2019. And it is How to Make Money Fast While Unemployed, 10 Ways. This should have been good when I was unemployed back in 2016, but I managed to get by. Anyway, I'm just going to look at the highlights here. I'm not going to read all this here because, like I said, folks, it is getting late, and I would like to close this video out as well at the end of this year. So you could read it. I gave you the URL, but I'm just going to read the highlights here, the ones they're talking about. Participate in legitimate market research surveys. Okay, and then they give you the companies here that offer that. Collect $50 per year with the Nielsen app. I never knew about that one. I heard about Nielsen ratings, but I didn't know about the Nielsen app. So that's according to that, you can collect $50 per year with that Nielsen app. The other one is, then it says over here to do it, create a Nielsen account It's a smooth, stress-free process that can be accomplished in less than a minute. And it tells you download the Nielsen mobile app, create your free account, activate your new account, and then you can read a little more about that. Here's another one, number 3, get paid to surf the web. It goes on here. To most people, this would probably sound like a dream. Surprisingly, there are dozens of companies that already pay for doing that kind of work, this kind of work online. If you spend most of your time surfing the web, the following are the best sites you should check out right now: Swagbucks, Inbox Dollars, and Kami, whatever. You could check that out as well. When you see these like this in the blue, these are all active hyperlinks. So you can just click them on any of these here, and you can get to those hyperlink to those sites. The next one is playing games online. They got paid. This one I didn't know about. They're paid game player. I should check this out because it would help me out right now with the eBay being so slow. Then they got over here Banatic. Okay, and here's Lucktastic. Okay, this is a free USB scratch card game. Okay, so you see they do have other things that you could check into if you like. Let's see what else they got here. Complete offers. Okay, Squishy Cash. You could check that out if you like. Here's another one. Test new websites. For any successful business, it is critical that you have an easy-to-use website. This is why tons of companies will pay you for your time and evaluate and providing feedback on either their websites and their apps. Okay, so you can check that out as well. Equipment and everything. Okay, yeah, that's something for me to check out too. Create your blog. Blog has always been the top of the game when it comes to making great money online. The most successful of the pack use their blogs as an online home base, and you could check that out. I have a blog site too. I think I have a blog. I think that has something. I think that is blog. I think is with Google. I think. I don't know. I know I have one on Blogger. Yeah, right here. Here it is. Because you want to be a blogger. But I think this is the one they're talking about. If you want to become a blogger, okay. But the software I use, or the blog site I use, I think is Blogger. Don't quote me on that. But and this one here, become a full part-time freelancer. Okay, these are ways just to make money while you're unemployed. I guess in the between looking for jobs. Hopefully, you would rather. I'd rather do this than go look for jobs. All right. I mean, actually do my own thing. To be honest with you, here's another one: become an online English teacher. And that tells you what you'll need: your certification or a bachelor degree. You got to check that out if you want to do that. And they tell you. If you would like to be a perfect fit for an online English teacher, try out these online teaching companies: VipKid, QKids, 51 Talk, English Hunt. So you can check that out, and they got some more information on here. And number 10 is become a virtual assistant. Even with no experience at all, you could become a top-earning virtual assistant. You have to start from scratch to establish a lucrative career. Take note that the hard work is lucrative venture such as this. Besides the hard work, you should have an equal combination of enthusiasm, determination, dedication, essential traits of any superstar. VA. Before you go any further, who is exactly a VA, and what does he or she do? And then it goes on to say here, virtual assistants provide technical support services from remote locations, and in your case, from your comfort of your home. Services including anything from less stressful administration tasks to intricate social media campaigns. I'm not going to read the rest of this here. These are the companies that hire virtual assistants. You can check them out. I think I'm definitely going to check them out myself. Yeah. And then, of course, they got the wrap up here. That's what I like about this one here. I'm going to leave this window open over here, and I'm going to close this out. That's why I love Frugal for Less, because they come out with these money-saving tips and ideas and stuff. And they point out things I never even know half of the time. So half of these companies they talk about, I'm not familiar with them. Let me just open up here. Yeah, so that's basically what I got going on right now, guys. Like I said, again, it is getting late, and I was going to try to get this, do this a lot earlier, but I had a problem with my computer. What happened was, just to share this with you really quick, I'm using Filmora to do my video editing, and I have all three Filmoras. I got the Filmora 8.76 version. I have the Filmora 9, the new version that came out with them, and Filmora Pro. I'm feeling the waters with those two, but I love the 8.76 version of Filmora. It's the older version, so it's 2018, whatever. But the new one that they got now, you could download it for free. Is Filmora 9. Filmora 9 is good. I mean, it's got a lot of nice bells and whistles to it. The only thing I have a problem with Filmora 9 is, as you know, I use back screens a lot. Okay, I have different back screens. You'll see running brooks. You'll see mountains behind me. You'll see me in Manhattan. I could be anywhere in any town, USA. And I love backdrops. You know, it's better than, for me, well, this is my personal take. I'm not saying for the people that don't use backdrops it's a bad thing, but for me, I love backdrops. I like animation, I like things going. It just keeps it interesting. Anyway, with the Filmora 9, I contacted Filmora about this. I said, how come, here's the problem. With the chroma key, or green screen, thing they call it, well, green screen has been the, you know, the talk of the town as far as like when you're doing special effects. You always heard the term use green screen. Matter of fact, they have people doing videos on how to use a green screen, how to make one, where to get one, so on and so forth. I have a green screen too. I bought the material, I did it myself basically. But anyway, I use a white screen. Okay, the reason why I use a white screen, for the simple reason is, folks, is because with the white screen, during the daylight, the sun's coming in, it lights up the whole backdrop. Okay, with a green screen, you need a lot of light on that screen. Okay, now I'm in an area right now where I'm videotaping, I'm doing my webcam here. I don't have windows in front of me, I have them behind me. So when I use and I have the screen, the white screen behind me, it's like maybe not even a foot away. It's pretty close, to be honest with you. It illuminates it. It makes it white, bright white. And with that, I could put any backdrop I want in there, any backdrop. But when I use a green screen, I have to use the lights. I have to use floodlights, whatever. You know, I have to use high intensity lights to light the back of it up, make it, you know, light it up. Or outside, you won't see me in there. Or the green screen at the backdrop won't show up. It'll be too dark, or whatever. So it's too much involved. You know, you got to sit there putting the lights up there. You got to reposition it. You got to make sure there's no shadows there. You know, make sure there's no wrinkles and so on and so forth. But that's why I like that. But anyway, long story short, that's why I don't use the Filmora 9 in that respect. That's why I use the 8.76. Whatever they did, if they could take that feature where they use the chroma key in there and import that or embed it in the new Filmora 9, I would be more than happy to use it. But for some reason, I contacted them about that. They did a video on it, and they said it works with the blue screen and green screen. So, and the person talking about it says you can use any color, but when I try to use the color, the white, it doesn't work. So anyway, but long story short, I had problems with that there. So what I did was with the Filmora 9, I reloaded it, right? I updated it again, and when I did that there, it messed up the version I use. So needless to say, I was doing that for a couple hours trying to figure out what's going on with it. So all the pictures and stuff I have in there are gone off the older version. Now I have to, you know, reinstall them again, so that's gonna take a little time. So I spent hours on that, believe it or not, trying to figure out why I was doing this here, looking at my drive, the hard drives, the download files to see where is this thing here. And I have tons and tons of downloads in there, and I couldn't find it. Finally, I came across a website that did have that version I was looking for, which is the 8.76, and I was able to get it, upload it, and I put some of that stuff back on there again. So I'm back in business again. So that's where this is on. That's what this video is being done on, Filmora 8.76. But I will say this, with all kidding aside, Filmora is a great video editing software, very intuitive, easy to use, especially for a person like me. I like hands-on stuff, and I like you know, simplicity. It's very simple to use. I am very comfortable with it. I mean, I'm still learning like the little ins and outs with it, but it's really good. And I highly recommend you, if you are a person that is thinking of getting into, you know, creating YouTube videos and you want a good video editing software, check out Filmora. You don't have to go with the version I go with, because you may like the new version. I download the Filmora Pro. Now I'm not going to buy it because I think it's $100 for it. They allow you to download the Filmora Pro, but the only thing is, it leaves a watermark on there. So if you're producing a video, you'll see Wondershare there. But it's okay. It's, they're throwing a little segue out there, a little advertisement. It is their software. And if you want to go with the Pro, that one there looks a little more involved for me. Same thing with the Filmora 9. I got to get used to them before I actually start using them the way I want it, like I'm using this one here. It took me quite some time to get used to this one. But I definitely recommend you use it if you're going to create videos, seriously. But anyway, guys, it's getting late. I just want to say thank you again to all the new subscribers. I really do appreciate you stopping by and checking out my videos. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to hear me talk about different topics, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in there. If there's anything about my past videos, like if you look at some of my other videos, I've been answering questions, some comments that people have been checking out my other videos, whether demo videos and intro videos and sneak peek videos. That's how I basically broke into this YouTube channel. They ask questions, and I put these out a couple of years back, and well, to this day, I pretty much would get comments on there, like asking questions about like electronic things I sold, or how do I do certain things or whatever, or where can I, they're asking for information, and I will, if I can't get the information for you, I will make sure I get back to you somehow, get it to you. For the most part, the things that these people are requesting or information requesting, I have no problem getting it. So if you ever have anything, if you see one of my videos and it may be electronic related, like I sell printers, I sell clock radios, and I've been getting, comments. How do you set the time on that specific clock? If it's a Panasonic, whatever. And I will go out of my way to do the research to get it, because remember one thing, folks, a lot of these items that I do sell on eBay are not mine. They're not personal, items. These are items I picked up at thrift stores. So I don't have user manuals or software guides or that stuff. So original packaging. So I do my best to get the information out to you. The same thing with printers. I will show you the websites to get the printer software. I'll even go as far as like telling you who I buy my ink and toner cartridges from if you're buying certain printers. So offer me. So I do try to help out in any way I can. So if you guys out there need any help with anything, please don't hesitate. Contact me. I don't mind. You're not a bother. If anything, I'd be more than happy to help you guys out in any way I can. So with that in mind, let's close this video out. Like I said again, if you do like this video or any of my videos you checked out, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. And most of all, please don't forget to hit that bell notification icon so you'll be notified when I post new videos. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye.